I think let's get started. How many of you have seen the new website, the opencomputer.org? Have you seen a difference between what it was like 6 months ago versus how is it now? You see a difference? Oh, so you cannot really compare it. Okay, anybody else? I guess, yeah. So what we did was we did launch our new website on June 2018, just a few months ago. And the reason was because the previous website was really not up to that level. So we really had to make some changes in terms of what makes more sense for our audience, right? So for example, the previous website didn't have the security in it, right? And now these days, everything has to be secure because we just want to make sure that all the information that comes in and goes through are well protected, right? So the first thing what we did was we introduced the SSL certificates in there. And those certificates are not just self-signed, but they have been signed by a certificate authority, meaning that now it's fully HTTPS. And the reason why I pasted this is to convince that it is just not the self-signed. We're using a certificate signing authority that have signed our self-signed certificate, and it's pretty secure. So all the information that passed through from the website is highly secured from this perspective. And we are using the state-of-the-art digital algorithms to make sure that we don't get into trouble in terms of any security issues going forward. It's very good from that perspective. And again, don't wait for me to complete my slides and just raise your hand and we'll dig deeper into what's new coming into the website. So this is the screenshot of our website from a smart device. So what we have done is we have used different smart devices and have made sure that the experience is very consistent throughout the line. It's very mobile friendly and it's very adaptive, meaning that whatever the screen sizes or the resolutions that you guys are using is very well seen onto your smart devices. So we have a new look of our marketplace. This marketplace is very important for us because this is the place where the solution providers, they put all of their products into it. So we had to make sure that the information is pretty much very consistent and is seen accordingly. So what you guys see right now here is that we have a new search algorithm. We are using a tool called as Algolia that is very common in the industry, and it literally finds information in milliseconds as compared to the other tools available. So you can search for any product in the marketplace, just give the initial limit, and then you will see the search matching to it, similar the way you do it in Amazon, and then you click on that, and the search results will be displayed right there. Secondly, now we have a favorite section here, meaning that if you are browsing into the different products and if you happen to find one product of interest and then you are still browsing and you find another product of interest, you're not going to lose all that information. What you do is you find one product and then you can click on favorites. And then similarly, you find another product and click on favorites. So till your browser session is alive, you can pretty much see all the products that you have marked as favorites. Right, and of course, once the session becomes inactive, then you lose all your information. But while you are browsing through it, you will have the information of the products that you are looking for and the products that is of more, of value to you. And now we have a new sort here too, because we have around 100 products here, and you can literally click on sort by, and it sorts the information in alphabetical orders. It helps you to save some time and quickly go through the one that you are really of interest. Any questions so far? So this is, and another thing what we did was that we are going to give a new page to our solution providers, where initially we have to give them the credentials and to the solution provider, and once they get that piece of information, they can change it, the password based on their needs, and they have their own portal. So once they have their username and password, they go there, and then they type their username and password, they click, and then they are redirected to their own dashboard. This is all new, by the way. This was never there before. So my main objective here today is to let you guys know that we have been very focused on adding new features for the solution provider so they can manage the infrastructure in one single pane of glass right there, right? So they see 4 different tiles. The first one is the marketplace products, meaning if I'm a solution provider and if I have contributed 4 products, and if I click on marketplace products, I will see those 4 products right there. I can change it, I can modify the SKU, I can do a lot of other things, I can delete it because I'm in control right now. But as a solution provider, any activity that I do is very much monitored so that we know what the solution provider is doing, what files they're trying to copy into, so that we are aware of the transactions made by that solution provider. So I'm going to just ignore the marketplace right now and jump onto the company profile, is where they can give the information about from which company they belong to and all the information about location and whatnot. My profile is where they can customize their profile settings like username and password and a couple of other things. It's pretty straightforward, right? So let's jump onto the analytics part. So this thing was never there before, but it does help a solution provider to see how is he really doing in the market with the OCP. I intentionally hide some of the fields because I didn't want to show the results of a particular solution provider because it looks a little weird that, hey, why you are trying to show how am I doing in the market in different regions. But the idea here is that if I click on metric right there are different metrics. And I'm sure you guys are aware of Google Analytics, right? We are pretty much using the Google Analytics RESTful APIs to get all the information in there. And there are different parameters that we can support. For example, the bounce rate, the exit rate, number of pages visited, total views, many, and so on and so forth. And it never ends. It all depends on what exactly the solution provider wants to look for. The period is the point of time when they want to see the information. Is it real time? Is it they want to see the past 1 month data? Do they want to see like 6 months ago, or what happened like 1 year ago? Things like that. How did they perform? So if, for example, going back to the same example, if the solution provider has 4 products in the marketplace, they can select a product right there, and then they can literally, based on the metric, they can see how they're doing it. Just for the sake of an example, you see here, and I apologize, it's not that clear, but the pie chart states different countries where people from those countries try to look for those particular products, and so on and so forth. In long story short, any person belonging in different region, if they are trying to look into these 4 different products, the solution provider pretty much knows how much time that person has spent, where that person is, and what's the exit rate or the bounce rate if there is, and how many views, how many unique views. And based on that, they can make a judgment about, hey, how their product is really doing, or if anything needs to be done, and so on and so forth. So the previous slide talked about the solution provider portal. So we are done with that. But the idea was that now solution provider can literally do a lot of things and do analytics based on the feature sets that we are providing to them onto the solution provider portal page. Since we have this new website, meaning that it's a CMS, and I'm sure you guys know about it, right? It's a content management system, and we are using Laravel, by the way. And I know you guys probably know about Sitecore, Drupal, Adobe, and many others, right, open source. But we actually tried to use Laravel because it pretty much suited our requirements, and it works very well with the framework that we really needed. And this is an admin, admin page that we as an OCP member holds, where we can literally see in general about the opencompute.org traffic. So what we see here is 3 different piece parts where if I click on global, meaning any page who is visiting all our pages in opencompute.org, we have a complete list of number of people looking into the info, they're looking into the regional summit site, they are looking into products, they are looking into about us, pretty much everything in our website. If we have 40 pages, then global means it's going to track all those 40 pages. So you see a lot of information in terms of the histogram, in terms of the pie charts, in terms of whatever the format that you would like to see it. I mean, this thing is not available in general. This is available to only those folks who are OCP admins. Like I'm one of them, where I keep track of the overall health, what you call it. So right now, for example, we have the regional summit going on. So you will see more spikes if I have to see the real time, because the number of users trying to look into the schedules and the number of rooms. So I will see more spikes in those pages and so on and so forth. Similarly, we have marketplace where all the products where the marketplace lists, I have the whole information. And I can literally look all on the 109 products that we have it in the marketplace. So I have the full information of all the products. Whereas the solution provider can see only their products. Of course, they cannot see somebody else's products, because then that's not a fair game, right? So being myself, being an admin, and other folks within Open Compute, they can literally see all the products and how they're doing it. And based on the historical data, they can talk to the solution provider and come up with some results. So we follow a very agile approach, and I'm sure you guys are aware of the what you call Agile Framework, where we follow the sprint model. We do iterations. We do sprint planning for the website. We do sprint demos. We do sprint retrospective. We do planning, and so on and so forth. And our sprint generally consists of 3 weeks. And then it's as of today, we have a sprint in process where we have a backlog where we keep adding new features, and then we have weekly or bi-weekly prioritization calls in terms of what feature has to go up in the backlog, and then we estimate those features based on the complexity, and then we put it into those sprints, and then as that feature is ready, we put it from the staging area to the production area, and it's pretty instant from that perspective. So many things are going to happen, in the future. One is the localization. We are now, since we are having growing pains, we are trying to penetrate into different markets, and then our folks from China, Japan, Korea, you name it, they are trying to look into our website, and we want to make sure that they have a very smooth experience when they visit our website, and we would like to localize or internationalize it so that they can read the information in their own language. Contribution workflow process, Archana, she talked about it earlier, where right now there are a couple of things that are still manual, where we keep track of, if we have received all the specs, all the collateral, who has done what, who has not done what, things like that. But now we would like to keep it all automated, where everything is an approval process, where you contribute some things, some information onto the Open Compute. A lead is going to get that email. So there's a workflow process, and that the lead is going to check or uncheck it based on the information is available, and so on and so forth. The approval process goes and makes decisions. So that's all I have. Very short and sweet. And there's nothing remarkable. It's something that you guys are not aware of, but my intention was to let you guys know that we know where the market is going. This is our front face, by the way, our website. if our website is crappy, then it means we are not really doing a good job. So the first thing we need to do is to make sure that it's really attractive. It looks very, very nice, and then you guys are not afraid of using it, and have a very good experience while navigating the pages. So I'll just take a pause right now, and then let me know if you guys have any feedback in terms of the things that are not yet present and you would like to see it in the future. And this session is recorded, so we're going to play it again and make sure that your feedback is addressed. And by the way, my name is Rajeev. There's only one Rajeev in Open Compute. Send me an email, and I'll make sure that if your feedback is valid, we'll make sure that it is addressed, kept in the backlog, and prioritized it based on that particular feature that is being asked for. So any questions? Come on, guys, ask some questions. Today's our first day. Oh, I must have done a very good job. There's no question here. Okay. So, Michael, do you know what his question is? I mean, I know what his question is, but
yeah. So just to sum that up, everyone, I'm Michael with the OCP. Some features that I said we've added is logo by every single product that's on our marketplace. You see the designation, except they're inspired. That's new in the last 6 months or so. But even more so than that, this goes back to what you were talking about with your search feature, Rajeev, is the implementation of keywords to help aid with ease of searching. So these products, and again, Rajeev, step in if I'm incorrect. I believe there's tags on all those products to enable you to search easily, and just by putting the keywords, you don't have to know the exact name or title either.
Right. So now we have this sort by feature where when you know the first alphabet of that product, you will get a couple of options, and then you know which product you are really looking for. And again, having said that doesn't mean that this is the best way to do it. But if you have any feedback in terms of, hey, by the way, this website does better than you guys, and then you guys should adopt those new way of searching, let me know, because I might not be aware of the good ways to search. So feel free to reach out to me. Good question though. Any more questions? Going once? Going twice? All right, thank you folks. Thanks for being in my session. Appreciate it. Thank you.